This past administration has spent way too much money. They give subsidies to major corporations and large developers with the promise that they're supposed to create jobs. And in my words, we have found that after hundreds of millions of dollars have been taken, they have created little to no jobs in the process.
That's right.
We need changes in our policy, changes in our income tax, so that we don't have a flat income tax system, and rather we have a system where the more money you make, the more you pay, and everybody pays their fair share.
There have been policies in this city that have helped to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. That's the core reality. The things that we need to do to address income disparity simply aren't being done. Income disparity, the greatest level we've had since the Great Depression. This is the issue of our times. So we need real living wage legislation, not the watered down version we got last year. Paid sick days in New York City. Speaker Quinn, you've got to give us a vote on paid sick days now. It's too important. City policies that hold the private sector's feet to the fire. Because John's right, we've been giving away the store to too many people in the private sector, not driving the hard bargain we need to. We could have thousands more units of affordable housing in this city if we asked the developers what would be right to ask, given all that the public sector is giving to them. We need a new deal in this city. Because if we don't change things now, this tale of two cities simply gets worse.
We need to do more to create good jobs and raise wages of those jobs. And the first thing I would do as mayor is drop the lawsuit against the living wage and the prevailing wage law we passed working with RWDSU and 32BJ. We know that both of those laws together will be an enormous step forward in raising people's wages. But we also need to harness the power of our Economic Development Corporation. If you analyze what every other city has done around living and prevailing wages, they have raised wages most aggressively by making it a goal of their Economic Development Corporation to only enter into agreements that have living or prevailing wage as the foundation. You can't legislate, unfortunately, what EDC can do, or we would have. But that is an immediate way that the hundreds of millions of dollars that are going through EDC can be put into creating not just jobs, but good jobs that can help families feed their families, get them the money they need to do everything we need to support New York City families.
The Bloomberg administration has failed the vast majority of the people in the city of New York. After the recession, we replaced 150% of the jobs that were lost during the recession. But what do those jobs look like? Right now, we are bringing businesses, and let me not just be negative about the mayor, Cornell Initiative and so many other things, we are bringing opportunity to the city of New York. But opportunity for who? Our young people right now in our high schools aren't going to be able to graduate and get those jobs. We're creating jobs for people not in our city.
That's right.
And what we are doing is placing our working and poor and middle class families out of the city of New York each and every day.
Right.
We need to do better.
Small businesses are really the growth engine for the city, and if there's been one major failing in this administration, is that it's not been friendly to small business in New York. I go around the city talking to small business owners, and I'm actually a small business owner myself. The taxes and the regulations and the fines, and Bill de Blasio, I can't believe I'm agreeing with him for once, is actually a major impediment to job growth and real job growth. So we have to do better. The next mayor has to be friendly to small businesses because that's where our jobs are going to come from. I think the mayor has done, however, well in a couple of sectors like tourism, like high tech, like higher education. I think we have to expand on that. The next mayor has to take advantage of the job growth that's happening in the sectors that can grow. I do believe that the minimum wage has to pass, and we need to push Albany to do that immediately. We can't wait for Washington to do that. And also, again, I agree with Mr. de Blasio, we need to have Chris Quinn bring the sick leave to a vote.
I believe that we need a 5-borough economic development program that is aggressive about what I think is the single most important a social program, which is a job. We need to generate jobs in this economy, and we need to train the workforce and the kids in the school system to the needs of the marketplace, which we unfortunately haven't done. This is about ensuring that we sustain the bottom rungs of the ladder, in some cases that we replace the bottom rungs of the ladder, or that we put them there because in many cases, they've been replaced. They're missing. I think that the mayor has focused on some important areas that we need to expand on. Tourism is one of the biggest economic engines of this city. We had 50 million, nearly 51 million tourists coming into the city last year, about 350,000 jobs associated with the tourism industry. We should set a goal for 70 million tourists by 2015. We need to retool our education system so that we're teaching science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which are the needs of the new marketplace. And we need to move from just being a fire economy, a finance, insurance, and real estate economy, to being a freight economy, a finance, real estate, information technology economy.
First is a good education. It's essential. I have a plan for pediatrics, wellness centers, and some of the low-income communities in the city, because poverty is a major link to learning problems. We have to do this early on, the first 3 years. I sponsored, people talk about the living wage, well, I sponsored the first living wage bill in New York City, the second in America, in 1996, to put $3 billion in the pockets of 70,000 workers, according to the Independent Budget Office. At the time, Mayor Giuliani called it frivolous. So that's the kind of policies I would pursue. We need to develop our infrastructure, our coastlines, our bridges, our mass transit system. Those are the kinds of issues that I want to address, and I will incentivize contractors to hire New York City residents at living wages so people are not mired in poverty.
Thank you very much.